Fuck you, Craig.
And there
Yeah.
you go. All right. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Failed Attempt, where a collection of assholes sit around and try to play Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a couple more this time. Yes, it's a Sunday, which is weird, but you know, we're all weird anyway, so fuck it. So, it's a little difficult for me to go through what happened last time with Jake and Jill and Tyler because I can't reveal anything. But where Vidar and Steven left off, I had already talked about that in the anus talk, but I'll do it again. So you guys had been down fighting the mud monster in the Brotherhood hideout, and the tree happened to be in the rich district this time, which the placement of it was weird because originally it was in the poor district. You guys had fought the mud monster to really no avail, and then the spectral images of Xander, Rowe, and Antolon had run by. Vidar had made mention of it. And as soon as they crossed into the room at the end of the hall, the mud monster had turned around and slowly went back into the floor. You guys all followed the spectral visions. And as soon as you walked through the doorway, it turned out to be just the hollowed out start of what would turn out to be their hideout later on. Following them again to the corner where the giant table would have been, where Merida was using chill touch a bunch of times and Adam was lighting people on fire. A couple of lore drops were there. Vidar had discovered two names of two other thinkers in your timeline because you guys met Zarut.
Yeah.
And then the other two names that he had found were Dartham, Brightmantle, and Rwante Fey, which were two other thinkers. After Merida did a history check, she was able to figure that out. Two other thinkers from your timeline. You guys don't know what's going on in this one, but those names were easily recognizable through your own history. Once they were finished signing whatever it is that it looked like they were signing, they ran toward the entrance again, disappeared into a part of the wall where Malador decided to just lay waste to the wall in case it was a secret hideout. It turned out all he did was just hollow another hole into the wall just a wall. After you left back out the tunnel, the mud monster was docile and just kind of standing side to side and just staring, not engaged at all, didn't even recognize you guys were there. Malador pulled out a card and threw it, not really knowing what was going to happen, if you guys were going to re-engage in combat or whatever. By pure happenstance, it turned out to be a roll that led to a teleport, which then I had to have him roll to see where you guys were going to end up. Would have been funny if you went back to the Cyclops City, I'm not going to lie. Thankfully, he rolled well enough to get you to a known location, which was right above the inn. You guys then went inside and went to sleep, woke up in the morning. And when you guys woke up in the morning, that's when everything split. Vidar, you would have wandered off with Xander to go for the festival, which again, you already told me what you want to do, so we'll take care of that. Steven, I had said that you probably would have just been off writing your next novel, which you can fill me in on whatever it is other than that, other than like getting the paper and the ink and writing your next novel and enjoying the fireworks and just everything Steven would be doing. You can fill me in on what else you would have wanted Steven to do the entire time. And then, of course, Malador, you know what you did because you were here. So that is where we are going to start. Vidar, will begin with you.
Cool.
So you would have woken up and the hungover Xander, with bottle after bottle empty around him, would have cleaned himself up, and y'all would have left the inn to go indulge in the festival.
Yeah. Before I leave the room, I'm just gonna take out a little knife, cut my hand, and then grab my rapier and imbue it with my acid strikes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that first, and as we're walking down the street, I'm just gonna be kind of walking in silence. You know, I'm guessing he's probably gonna be excited about everything.
Yes, he actually like pretty much the moment you wake up and you do the cut and you do the imbue and you're doing all of your preparations, he is just nonstop talking.
Yeah, and I'm
So
just gonna be like very quiet, mostly just kind of giving him like, if he asks me yes or no questions, I will answer them with a yes or no. But mostly, I'm just kind of letting him talk.
yeah.
And as we're walking down the street, and we get into if we get into a moment where we're just kind of walking in silence, I will say, "Hey, Xander, I have a question."
Okay. So the lead up to that, you guys exit the inn, and I have to paint the picture because you guys weren't here last time. As soon as you exit the inn, unlike the festival that took place only in the poor district last time, it is everywhere. You're in the rich district right now, leaving the inn, and the festival is everywhere. The difference between this one and the last one is there's no floating ships in the sky. There's no quote unquote magic going on to enhance the festival. It's just looks like a regular festival. There are still the dancers, the women with the different colors, skimpy outfits with the big like grass blades coming out the back and the fruit hats that they were wearing before, carrying around trays of food and drinks. And just the greens and the blues and the purples and the reds and all just dancing as they spin around and going off and greeting other people. There's also a lot more children than you saw in the last one, because over in the poor district you guys didn't see any kids out there. That is awesome. There's also, as you walk out, you also realize that it is daytime and the festival is on, but they have literally pinned somehow a thin veil from roof to roof going across the 50-foot stretch to kind of block the sun out a little bit. It doesn't make it nighttime, but it does make it darker. And a couple of the groups of children have lit fireworks off and poked holes in the veil. And now there's little embers that are burning parts of it. So sunlight is peering through in various locations. But you
Like little
see
spotlights.
yes, but you see groups of kids that will come together and then they'll all scatter screaming and something will fire off right through the net, pop off behind it, and then just start lighting fire to it in various locations. And then you'll see adults chasing those kids just over and over. And then of course there's the vendor wagons everywhere. There's the horse-drawn carriages. There's one right across the street from the inn. A very, very well-dressed man standing where the driver's seat would be, and then a 3-cart double stack that just has various bits of clothes. And then there's vendors everywhere. There's vendors with food, there's vendors with jewelry, there's vendors with there's not a whole lot over here in terms of like gambling and whatnot, but over here it's more just spend your money.
Gotcha.
So that is what you come out to, is a lot of noise. There's music in the air, but it's not magical music. It's literally people that are playing instruments out here. So you can only assume either they're bards or they just play music.
They're either bards or bitches.
Either bards or bitches. But yeah, there's various kinds of music, and it seems like a whole lot of fun. There is also the moment you walk out, you immediately notice Jerem standing next to another soldier who is not as well dressed. Jerem has the plate mail with the gold and purple Royal Guard colors on it, and then the other ones are just the straight plate mail. So you're immediately able to pick him out of the lineup. He's right there, just kind of standing guard. And as you scan around, there's not a there's Royal Guards scattered throughout, but it's not like when you were in the poor district for the first one where the Brotherhood was everywhere. Here it's just there's no archers up on the roof. It's just one every once in a while. But you guys take off, and Xander again, he's just continuing to do this shit. And when I say he did nonstop talking, he woke up with a hangover, complained about that. As he went into the bath to clean up, talking. As he was getting dressed, talking. As you guys were walking down the hallway, talking. Just nonstop fucking talking.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So you staying quiet, trying to get a word in edgewise is a little challenging. However, as you guys step out of the building and you're kind of walking down the street and you're trying to find this quiet moment where he's not talking and you can ask your question, It's roughly about when you're about to cross from rich to mid, which that one is just it's an archway. The walls are all colored up because of the various lights and fireworks that are going off. So it's a flash of color here and a flash of color there. But the difference in noise between the rich and the mid is huge. As you're passing through the tunnel, it's like going through a wind tunnel. The noise from there doesn't sound so loud anymore, and the noise from there you can't really pick up yet. Everything's just kind of trapped in this wind tunnel. So that would be the perfect time for you to ask your question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just, once we cross over into that, I'm just going to say, hey, Xander, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
My mind's been a little bit foggy ever since I came here to go sit Coast City, and I just need some clarification. How has the war affected Coast City and all the people living here?
Which war are you referring to?
The big one that the Thinkers had to squash.
Thinkers like smart people? I mean, I think from time to time. I know you think about everything else except getting laid, which I still don't understand. Is there drinks around here? We're going into the mid district. There's got to be gambling on this side
I
too,
understand.
right?
I understand. Hey, focus. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go. Let's go find some drinks. You answer my question.
Fantastic. So as you cross into the yes, so as you cross into the mid district, again that veil is still there. It seems like the veil on this side is just a little bit thicker than it is in the rich district because the light is dimmer on this side. And no fireworks have been shot off into this one. There's no holes poking through this one. All of the fireworks being led in this one are just like Roman candles and shit that stays on the ground, sparklers and whatnot. But off to the right, you see a particular building that has just colors go pop off the ceiling just at various times, and most of the crowd is off on that building. And you smell very, very delicious food. You can tell it's greasy, you can tell it's seasoned, and it immediately attracts your attention. But yes, he beelines right for that. Drinks and food, he just beelines it right for that.
Gotcha. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to get over there. You do see that it is it's Taco Bell. If we're making that canon, there you go. So
delicious.
It's an open building. So I mean, there's the roof, and then there's the part of the building right here, and then the rest of it's just beams, and it's all open. You see every single table in there is taken up by 3 or 4 people, and then there is a line that stretches across the damn street, and some of that line about midway back is like 2 or 3 stacked. There's probably 30, 40 people that are waiting in line alone. And every single one of them just they put their money on the counter, and then they walk in an L shape, they get their food, and they either walk out or they sit down. And you see every time you hear the clunk, 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 the fireworks go off on the ceiling. Every single time you see someone dropping money on the counter, it's another color pop. Okay. So at this point, it's like a disco ball with how quick it's going off. People are just dropping money.
Taco Bell is the greatest food on earth.
And he just jumps in line, and food, just like a kid in a candy store. So I thought I was the only one that drank last night. Why are you asking about a war and the Thinkers? Like, are you talking about like book smart people?
Yeah, I'm talking about book smart people. Okay. I think I'm just
because like we've had wars before, but
yeah,
what are Thinkers, and where did you even come up with that, and what big war are you talking about?
I got hit in the head really hard last night, and I also was reading, and I might have confused the two in like a dream. But How did we become friends?
We grew up together. What are you talking about?
Have you met you? So you know my parents?
Know them? Yeah.
Okay. And they seem loving.
I
They
helped
love
your
each other.
parents build your house. You helped us build your house. What? Are you feeling okay?
To be determined, but yeah, no, let's have this
Oh,
delicious
hey. I think I
five-star Taco
know.
Bell.
I know exactly what you need. You need a drink and you need some of
Mhm.
this delicious food. And I
Mhm.
think, hold on. Are you talking about the war that formed Coast City, or the
No,
wars that we hold every once in a while, like gladiator style? Because one of those is coming up,
that's the
and
one.
it's a pretty big deal, man. Like
That's the one. Yep, that's the one I'm
that's
thinking of.
happening during this festival, and it's kind of a you have to know people who know people to get in.
Okay, do we know people?
I swear to God, if you lost your ticket, you have any idea what it takes to get those?
No, I have. It's back at the. It's back in the room. It's back in the room.
It
I
better
have my
be.
ticket. I have my ticket.
Okay.
Is there like a sheet where we can read the other contestants' names to kind of scope out the
This is
competition?
like private. I shouldn't even be talking about it in this big of a crowd.
Mm.
I'm gonna get a dart in my neck. I shouldn't even be
So
talking
we,
about
we
this.
we can't even know who we're going up against.
No one knows.
Okay.
Which, when he's talking about this, that would immediately make Vidar rethink about what they saw in that underground tunnel, about
Hmm.
what Yorick had said, Xander said, about those names on the paper. You'd immediately think back on that and just remember it very vividly.
Hmm.
Make sure all of your friends have their tickets too, because I'm not getting them again.
What'd you have to do to get them?
You mean who?
I thought you liked doing stuff like that.
Well, I mean, look, there's a line in the sand for every. Ooh, food.
Okay.
So you guys are now approaching the front of the line, and he pulls the 5 gold out of his pocket and puts it down. You eating?
Yeah, 5 gold.
All right. Clink, clink. You hear the fireworks go off, and then the people like right behind you guys are going, "Come on, go, go!" Clink, clink, clink. Like, you notice that everyone, not trying to be rude, is just pushing everybody along, because it's not, you don't go up and ask for what you want. You put your money down, you go up to the counter, they hand you a plate, and you leave. It's just
I got you.
silent. It's just silent. Um, you
The
do
drink
notice,
is called the elixir of the gods. It's
you
just
do
bottled water.
notice, you do notice behind this particular counter is that
Bless you.
uh, Circus du Soleil spinning panda from the ship
Oh shit.
is back here doing
I'm
his
gonna wave
tricks.
at. I'm gonna try to get his attention and wave at him.
Oh, he waves while he's
Does he
like up
recognize?
on one leg. No, I mean, he's waving at everybody, but he's
Oh,
still doing
okay.
the same spinning moves. He's still doing the same tricks with the drinks and the food. Throws the food up in the air, catches the plate while he's spinning, lobs the plate through the air like a frisbee. All the normal shit that you've seen him do before.
I'm
But as
also
you
just
wave, he
mumble
waves
to
back.
myself. Yeah, I'm just
What's
gonna
up?
mumble to myself. I gotta go find Merida. Like, her special night is overdue.
That's kind of funny. All right.
She get
And
red panda wasted.
yes, and as you guys leave the line and circle around, all of the tables are full, so he just kind of finds somewhere to lean up and just starts scarfing down this food. I mean, like, eyes rolling to the back of the head, like, it's delicious. He doesn't stop, and it like gets all over him, and he doesn't give a shit.
I sure hope there's plenty of public toilets.
He practically eats the he practically eats the plate.
Mm.
Does Vidar eat his?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the most delicious thing that Vidar has ever eaten, and that's saying
Mhm.
something because Vidar's kind of like he's intelligent with good food, and this is oddly the best.
Is he intelligent with good food?
And you as you eat into this, it brings back a flash of memories of just all of these times that your mother had cooked all of this delicious food that in the original
Oh,
timeline you don't remember eating.
my fake
Um,
memories.
yep, it just brings back
Okay.
all just a flood, just a flash flood of her cooking, of you cooking with her, of you and your mom teaching your dad how to cook, of Xander almost setting the kitchen on fire, like all of these
Mhm.
different memories start going through from like young to teenage to adult. And then one final memory is of your mother and your father putting food into two like burlap sacks and handing one to you and handing one to Xander, and then you guys giving hugs, saying bye and walking, and then the memory fades, and that's all when you're eating this.
Okay. I think he's gonna really enjoy the food, and then at the end of those memories, he's gonna feel very confused because he doesn't know why he's sad. Because like
Yeah,
above board, he's going his brain is recognizing, oh, these aren't my memories. This is not what I experienced. But he's so fucked up that he's just gonna he doesn't know why he's sad in the moment,
gotcha.
but he's just gonna continue eating.
Fair enough. I need from Vidar a perception check, please.
Don't do this to me. I'm only a baby.
No, you're not.
That's the baby.
21.
That's the baby. Judd is the only baby. You can't take that title.
Bro,
21.
I'm like
Okay.
13 years old.
Yeah, right. Okay, so as when these memories begin to fade and you have this you notice Xander just kind of like throws the plate on inside a bin that everyone else has been using and just licks the fingers as if he's about to eat his own phalanges because they're just covered in all this grease. And as you look up, pretty much wearing your own food just as he is, you see underneath um, part of the building near one of the beams at a table is Merida and Malador, and actually Tyr. All three of them are sitting at a table, and they are laughing hysterically and taking bowl and bong rips.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
I'm
you
just gonna leave him
notice,
be.
but yeah, and the reason why you didn't notice them before is because they were surrounded by people that were eating, just standing and eating. And then as you kind of look up from your food and that memory fades and you get that nostalgia feeling that you're confused about, the horde kind of starts to dissipate. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they're taking bong rips and laughing and smoking. And the three of them are just sitting there enjoying it.
Good for them.
Hell yeah.
Is Malador still naked?
No, Malador
Okay.
bought clothes.
But you will
Just
You
gonna-
recognize
you
he's
see
wearing.
you see him wearing an unusual type of outfit for his style. It's just casual
Okay.
clothes.
You would see him wearing a Relictus mercenary outfit.
That's true, yes. So again, unusual for his style.
Relictus mercenary outfit.
Mhm.
Was he wearing that outfit the first time we saw Malador?
No.
Okay.
He's
Nope, this
never
was an
worn
extra. These would be like the just like the solid. Well, fine, go to the bathroom. These would just be like the solid gray with the Relictus symbol on it. It's like a worker uniform.
Mm.
The ones in there that work for them but still do parts of the jobs. It's nothing fancy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave them be. Let them do their thing.
Okay. You also clock out on the street as you're looking at them and just kind of scanning the area, because 21's a good roll. Just kind of scanning the area. A yellow tiefling.
Where at? Where at again? Where do I
Out
spot?
on the street. So you guys are like within the building of the Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit angled to your left, right at one of the beams that line the outside of the building, is where you see Malador and Tyr and Merida sitting at a table. They're like right on the edge. If they got up, they'd be out of the building. They're right there. Out into the street where the festival is going on and everyone's walking back and forth and all of the events are happening. There's gambling here. There's a lot more drinking in this one than there is in the rich one. And it's not just all about buying shit. A lot of it is just trading and wasting money, trading hands and wasting money. That's what this one is. And right out in the middle of the street, you clock a yellow tiefling heading back toward the rich district.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on the tiefling, and without looking at Xander, I'm just gonna push my plate into his chest, and not even gonna wait if he grabs it or not. I'm just letting go, and I'm walking out into the street and following the tiefling, trying to see if I can follow the tiefling.
Can I make a roll to see Vidar?
No, you're high as shit, dude. There's no rolls for you.
Yeah.
Steven,
Mega disadvantage.
I don't know if you, because again, would Steven have wandered down here? Because you ate here before. Would you have wandered down here at some point to like eat and drink and write, or would he have stayed secluded somewhere?
He would come down.
Okay, so what I'll say, just to involve more of you in this, Vidar, after you clock the yellow tiefling walking and you shove your plate into Xander's chest, you see standing in the crowd coming up Steven, just kind of like with a feather pen, just doing this and just in the crowd looking like he's taking notes, but clearly in line for food.
Yeah, I mean, if I walk past him, I walk past him, but I'm going straight out to the street.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Steven.
If I have to put my hand on his little goat face, I'm pushing him out of the way.
Steven, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Because your passive is good, but it's not that good. Actually, Malador, yeah, go ahead. Do one with. Do you have advantage on perception? You do, so it's just a straight roll. You'd have
that's
disadvantage.
a 9.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 19. That's 19. 23.
Okay. So yes, and a 9 for Steven. Okay, so Steven, you are just completely wrapped in your next great big cellar, and also thinking about food and drinks in this line. You don't notice shit around you. Vidar, if you do want to go up and get his attention, that is on you. But if you don't, he's not going to see you at all.
I think I am 100% focused because the yellow tiefling caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And me asking Xander, what about the thinkers? And him being like, I think, you think. And so a little part of him is like, oh shit, maybe this guy could bring us back to a regular timeline. And then, just, I want to find out. That guy looks familiar.
Yes. And Malador, with that roll, even at normal, you do clock Vidar. Your vision at this point is very, very tunnel because you've been drinking, you've been smoking, but in that foggy absence of reality, you are able to clock Vidar as he is moving past you, and then you kind of lose him somewhere as the crowd gets thicker. But you do notice that he's standing by the building, and he kind of walks past your vision, past the table, and then that's about all you get. Once he crosses the beam, it's as if he disappears out of your vision. Even though there's more vision on this side, once he crosses that beam, it's like, oh, where'd he go? You kind of lose him.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, you guys are fucked up. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not me trying to purposely get you to not see him. You guys are fucked. You told me how much you were smoking. So, and it was Charlie's stuff. So, all right. So you are clocking the tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Malador, that doesn't mean you can't get up and react. I'm just saying that is what you saw. You did clock him, and then you lose him in the crowd.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. You're just gonna keep smoking like you're doing right now?
No, he's gonna keep going, trying to find Vidar.
Oh, you get up? Okay. All right. So, Vidar, as you are focused on this tiefling, are you trying to like follow him, or are you just
Yeah.
keeping an eye on him?
I'm trying to catch up to him,
Okay.
and maybe if he turns down an alley that's quieter, or maybe if we get to a quiet spot where there's not many people around, I want to approach him.
Okay. Are you trying to do this stealthily or no?
I mean,
Are you trying
everything's
to
going.
are you trying to weave in and out where you're not seen, or do you just want to follow him?
I just want to follow him.
Okay. So no rolls there. What you do hear behind you as you're going is what sounds like a crash boom, and then a whole lot of laughter as Malador tries to get up from this bench table, and his knees take part of the table with him.
Oh no! No!
And the bench that he was sitting on.
It was a picnic bench, and he
Yes,
got up.
and these benches weren't just sat on the ground; they were bolted to it. And as you get up, your knees hit the bottom of the table, and when your knees hit the bottom of the table, you kick up one of your legs, and you literally bulldoze the bench right out of the ground onto the side, and then you just kind of wander off out into the crowd, and you do see Vidar. And Vidar, you hear all of this, whether you react to it or not. You hear a loud crash and a crack and a whole lot of laughter as you hear Tyr and Tyr and Merida just laughing hysterically behind you, even more than they were before.
I think he's just gonna assume it's part of the festival.
Okay. And Malador, you
rocketing toward Vidar.
And you do. Hold on. What the hell? No, it is not. Hang on. Wait one. There we go. Don't do that shit. You do clock a side view, blurry view of Steven in the crowd as you are trying to. Okay. Steven, another perception check, please.
Oh boy.
Come on, let's get more than a 9.
And
16.
Yep, 16.
Okay. This time, you hear and see the very gracious Malador destroy part of a picnic table, and then very, very gracefully.
I didn't even do it on purpose this time.
No, you didn't. This is like, I'm not even having you roll. This is just because of how fucked up you are. There are no rolls here. But you hear it, you see it, and he very, very gracefully kind of trips a little bit. You hear the laughter coming from Merida and Tyr as Malador then starts beelining it towards someone, and as you're clocking his direction, you see the back of Vidar wandering back toward the rich district. Is he staying in line or following?
I'm just gonna stay in line. I want food. I don't care what the other people are doing.
Fair enough. You do eventually make it to the front of the line. There is no one there telling you how much to drop. You just see everyone in front of you dropping 5 gold pieces. Just clink, 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 clink. There's no one going 5 gold, cha-ching, cha-ching. You just see people just doing it automatically. Just putting 5 gold down and then doing an L shape, getting their plate of food from a very, very wild and vibrant panda, and then heading off to eat.
Okay.
So would you sit by yourself, or would you sit with Merida and Tyr at what remains of the table?
I guess we'll sit with Merida and Tyr.
Okay. So you go over, you lift the bench up, sit down, and there's a bong, that still has some smoke in it that they hadn't ripped yet. There's a bowl that Malador accidentally left there, and then there is a like tear-filled laughing Merida and Tear on the other side of the table. They're now like, a goat, and they're so high they laugh at your presence, basically. Yeah, a goat. Ah! You know, that they just they're so fucking high they don't even know if it's you.
Of course.
But sit down and enjoy your meal. And again, even with the traveling that Steven has done, it is the best food he's ever eaten. And you ate here before. So, but it's just as good the second time. And it gives you more energy, and it refills your inspiration to continue writing.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. So I assume you're just going to chill there for a minute?
Yep, I'll just chill there for a little bit.
All right. Steven's like, I've had enough trouble. Fuck it. Why do they always run to the trouble? Oh, that's a cool thing to... Why do they always run to the trouble? Every time there's trouble, these idiots follow it. Question mark. So it's a good cliff note. All right. So Vidar, give me another perception check. And you have advantage on it.
Do I?
Oh, no. That's persuasion.
Yeah, no. Yeah. 14.
Okay. So you are able to keep an eye on him. You do notice, like, even at your full speed, just trying to beeline it toward this guy, there is a gap that is starting to form. He was ahead of you to begin with, but that gap continues to grow. So even if you are rushing it at the 60 feet, both action and dash, the gap is still widening.
I imagine Malador's chasing after him, yelling his name.
Just if that's what you're doing, then if that's what you're doing, do it.
Vidar! Vidar! Vidar!
I'm not stopping.
We gotta talk. I stole a bunch of money from a pirate guy. He sucked at cards.
Okay. I'm not stopping. Hurry up if you want to catch up to me.
All right, let's walk and talk.
Run and talk.
Oh, all right, yeah,
okay.
That works.
So Vidar, you would have to go to normal speed for him to catch up, because you both run at the same pace.
Oh, then I'm not. I'm still running.
Okay, then that gap remains, because he did start a little bit after you, so I'd say you're about 10 feet behind him, which is why you can hear him and he can hear you. But if you remain, then that gap doesn't close. But again, the one between you and the yellow tiefling continues to increase.
How far would you say he is away from me?
When you first started clocking him, you basically went your full 60. He was 30, and it just continued going from there.
I want to Iron Man.
What's up?
I want to Iron Man.
You want to
fast. I want to Iron Man.
So you're gonna light yourself on fire?
I don't want to light all of myself. I just want to
do.
Yeah, I just want to Iron Man, so I don't fucking burn my brand new fucking clothes I just put on.
Okay. That would be. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's an acrobatics at disadvantage. My
I have advantage at. Oh wait, no, I don't have it back. Acrobatic. Fuck.
You have it on athletics. Acrobatics at disadvantage because you're fucked up and trying to fly.
Oh, let's go! That's not bad. That's a 16.
At disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and a 16.
So I will say that the DC was John Wick in the background, badass. I will say that even with a 16, the DC was pretty high because you were. I'm not saying you failed at flying. I'm saying it's going to be funny to describe. So, Vidar, behind you, you hear and you just this light glow to the left and the right of you, as Malador behind you, woo, just starts rocketing up into the air, and you notice the
No,
glow.
I want to go this way into Vidar,
I
going forward.
I know. Hang on.
Okay.
So he rockets up in the air to begin with. The left and the right, you see the glow coming off you, and then it goes slightly above your head, and then right over your head. I'm saying like maybe 2 or 3 inches above your horns. The body
So
of
I want to
Malador
hit
just
Vidar. I want to hit Vidar, make him
with
go
that roll
forward.
you wouldn't have.
Dang. All right.
About 2 or 3
Okay.
inches above your horns and above the head of Darling, who is resting on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He just rockets past you with flames coming off the bottom of his feet that are about that long and constant. You just flies and flies and flies, gets about 30, 40 feet, hits the ground. And the dust and sand from the road just goes.
Did he land
And
somewhere near the yellow tiefling?
No.
Fucking course not.
No. But he did spread a crowd, and of quite a few people that he almost ran into, very, very scaringly jump off to the side, and then they see him and they're, oh, hey, yeah, and just thinking it's part of the festival. They just start clapping and cheering, and he's on the ground, the smoke from the bottom of his feet billowing over his body, and then the sand and dust that he put it just looks like a smoke show.
We take tips. We do take tips.
Oh, he must be one of those struggling artists. Give him some money, just copper pieces.
Fuck yeah. How many
He's
did I
got to
get?
be one of those struggling artists. Maybe he's homeless. He looks kind of homeless.
Fuck yeah.
And I mean, you get like 5 copper,
I'll
maybe.
take it.
They just kind of sprinkle you with coins.
Hey, free money is free money.
And yes, so moments later, Vidar, you catch up to your friend that is now face down in the dirt with a couple of people lobbing copper coins at him.
I'm running past him.
Okay.
I'm focused on this tiefling.
I got you. So
I do
Malador,
not care what Malador is doing.
using half your movement, you can get up, which is going to put you behind him again.
That's fine.
Just saying. So now you get up, and you're able to go 45.
Can I do it again?
Vidar can go 60, so you're now 15 feet behind instead of 10.
I want to do it again.
That was funny though. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not doing this deliberately. It's a high DC because you're 3 sheets.
That's fine. I like that.
Fuck.
I like that he's just.
I mean, it is.
In my
something,
mind, he would just get up and do it again because he's high and wouldn't care.
It is something that a high and drunk Malador would do, which makes it even more fun.
Absolutely.
Like you are definitely fitting the bill for this.
Oh, 16? Natural 20, so that's 17.
How is a natural 2017?
Because I have disadvantage. Remember? I rolled a 16 first, and then I rolled a natural 20.
Damn. Okay.
I know, right?
So this time you got a 17.
Yep.
Give me a D4 roll.
Okay.
Let's make this one interesting. Because remember, when you do...
It's a 1.
Okay. Remember this one. When you do things more than once, the DC increases every time. Just remember that. If you ever do anything. If you ever say, I want to do this, and then you fail it, I want to do it again, and you fail it, and I want it every time it goes up. So yeah. You rolled a 1. Okay. So this time, Vidar, you once again hear the woo! Same thing, and the spark of the flames, so you know he's doing it again. The glow to your left and the right, and it kind of goes up a little bit and then shoots off to the right. As Malador gets up and tries to stable himself coming at you again, and then just kind of like losing control of his own feet. Just U-shapes it, goes off to the right. I need a dex save, Malador.
Oh, fuck. 3. Well, 4.
Okay. And then you hear a as he crashes into a cart.
Did I set the cart on fire?
You hear, "Oh my god!" and then he crashes into just one of the vendor
Oh,
carts
shit!
that are on the side. 3 people jump back in fear. The vendor gets like crushed underneath his own cart. And Malador just kind of sits there for a little bit, and thankfully his feet are not close enough to light anything on fire. But he is now just draped over this cart as someone underneath it is going, "Get off of me!" And there's 3 people standing around him like, "Oh my god, did you see that?" Oh.
I take tips.
All right. That is funny. Steven, you would be able to see all of this from here. Very faintly, you saw the first one where he face planted. The second one you heard, and then you just see a string of lights heading very, very sharply this direction, and you hear a loud boom.
I guess I'll go babysit.
All right. So you get up and leave the table.
Yep, I get up
Merida
to
and
go
Tyr,
find Malador.
Merida and Tyr still laughing like the goat's leaving, and they're just still hysterically cackling. All right, so you will eventually catch up to him. Vidar, in all of this chaos, I once again need a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not catching Vidar now. I'm fucking.
No, you're not.
I'm totally fine with that.
22.
Okay. So even through all of this chaos and knowing that he hit something over there, you do not let it sway you whatsoever. And you just continue going. You notice that he got to the archway that leads back to the rich district, and he stopped. He just stopped. And it's not the atmosphere doesn't get weird around him. It's not like people slowed down or anything. He's just no longer moving.
Okay. I'm gonna catch up to him.
Okay. So you approach him?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch him. I'm just gonna walk around the side of him and stand in front of him and see if he is who I think he is.
Did you leave Xander behind?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because one track mind. He wasn't thinking of anything else. You know, like forgetting
Yeah,
about
he slammed the
Malador,
plate
forgetting
in
about
his
Steven,
chest.
forgetting
Yeah.
about Merida, Tyr,
Okay.
Malador, Xander, everything. He just, as soon as he saw that yellow tiefling, something clicked in his mind, and he went, "Oop."
Okay. So how close do you get to him?
I'm not gonna be in his face. I'm gonna be about 5 feet away from him.
Okay. So as you approach and you stop trying to think about what you're doing next, Darling kind of flutters and flies off. Starts doing her aerial. So you're beginning to put pieces together that somehow or another this Darling acts the same way that your other one did.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. Flutters off as soon as you stop and starts doing her spiral aerial watch.
Reconnaissance.
Yes, that one. So if you'd like to roll for her, you can, unless you don't care.
Oh,
But-
sure, yeah. I'll roll perception for her.
Okay. Do it up, sir.
There we go.
Do it.
Dirty 20.
Hell yeah. All right, yep. So she just begins there. So you stop 5 feet behind, and the back view of this yellow tiefling, short 2-foot horns going straight up from the head after they come out from the side and go straight up. The overalls, the weird like farmer overalls, and that pale yellow skin, just standing there. They haven't turned to you. They haven't turned their head. They're just looking through this archway.
I'm gonna walk around them and stand in front of them and see if I recognize his face.
Well, in order to walk around and stand in front, you'd have to squeeze through to get into the archway.
Oh, so
Like
he's standing in the. Okay.
Yeah, he's like right in front of the archway. So if you did want to go around him, it'd kind of be like, excuse me, to get in front.
Then I'm not
he's
gonna
like
do
right
that
there.
then. Would be 5 feet behind him and clear my throat. Just gonna go.
Kind of turns the head to the right, and you see the side silhouette. It's Zarut.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of turns the head to the right, kind of casually, and then back to the front.
What are you? Oh, I'm just gonna say, Zarut.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Just does the
Did he
same.
turn? Did he turn it? He just turned his head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and try to turn him around to face me.
Okay. You put your hand on the shoulder and try to pull. Doesn't budge. But you put your hand on his shoulder and try to pull, and she is gonna screw everything up.
Who?
Ellen Wynn Crow.
Do I recognize Ellen Wincrow?
Yeah, she's the witch doctor. You
Ooh,
definitely
fuck.
recognize that name.
Yeah. How about you take us back? Why did you send us here?
Well, if I told you, that wouldn't be much fun, would it?
I'm not having fun. I don't know why you sent us here.
You'll figure it out eventually.
What am I supposed to do?
You'll figure it out eventually. I know you've been having trouble, but there's a reason I selected you. You,
As a group?
Vidar.
Oh.
The others, they don't matter to my plan much. They just happen to be with you. But it is your job to make sure they do not fuck anything up either.
That's
I will tell you what you're thinking. You're on the right path. Finding the beginning of what's going to be the Brotherhood hideout. That was clever. I didn't know you guys would actually go in there.
okay.
But then I'm used to surprises. This one, however, I cannot allow. And again, as he's speaking, it's that very, very like ominous, where it sounds like it's echoey and booming, but it's not hurting your ears. But the voice as he speaks is just tearing any and all other sound away. There, you can't hear anything else. It's just his voice.
Is there any way that I could contact you?
Just say my name. I'll hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna take my hand off of his shoulder, and I'm gonna stare into the archway that he's staring into. Look back at him, and then I'm going to walk through the archway and go back into the rich district.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna try to find out what the fuck this witch is doing.
All right.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ, man.
Stop
What'd
taking
you do?
shit.
No, he's got to go look at his porn magazines.
You heard about Ellen Crow and got.
He said, "Hold on a second, Edwin Crow." All right, I'm back.
Yeah. Wait a second, Ellen Crow? She was on the cover of the latest magazine. Of Old Bitches Gone Wild.
Gone wild.
Old witches gone wild.
Old
Witches
witches.
Gone Wild. Yeah. Hell yeah, there you go. It's the latest
Wet and
swimsuit.
Wild Witches.
It's the latest swimsuit magazine.
Mhm.
Old Witches Gone Wild. There you go. There's another one.
Witches. No.
Witches. But yeah, so you walk through the archway. As you go back to the rich district, it doesn't look really any different from. So make a perception check if you're specifically trying to look for who you know as
I'm
Alan
just
Wynn.
looking for anything that might be off. Like, I wasn't paying much attention coming through here the first time.
Yeah.
But comparing
Well,
it
I mean,
from
to be fair, everything in here is off to Vidar, but I do get what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, let me rephrase. Anything that looks recognizable from our old timeline.
Fair enough.
Are we in a different timeline?
Damn. 9.
Everything looks. I mean, with the
It'd be hard
music,
to tell with the festival.
with the music going through here and the kids continuing to blast fireworks through the veil, lighting parts of it on fire, more sun peering through every time they do. One thing that you do clock as you're scanning, I mean, even with a 9, you're going to see things, just not what you're looking for. As you look off to the right, you notice that the not the alley near the inn where you guys went to the tree, but the next alley over. You do see a bunch of the kids that had set the fireworks off before, the original group that had scattered. You do see them coming out of the alley, and one of them carrying what looks like a backpack that is now open and just like struggling to close it. Very, very like nervously and furiously trying to close the bag as they round the corner and start heading back out into the street.
Okay. Can I stumble into the group of kids and slide a hand the backpack away?
You can.
Nice. Good idea.
How are we?
Because I know what's in that backpack.
So acrobatics and sleight of hand. I need 2 rolls.
Okay, acrobatics. It's a +7.
And
So acrobatics
advantage.
is a 24.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'll roll it one more time for the advantage. So 24 is the highest. 25.
Okay. And then
All right,
sleight
let's
of hand.
sleight of hand, please, for the love of God. 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll work. So describe how Vidar would do it.
He's just gonna kind of clock the group of kids, and then he's gonna kind of get his path trajectory to bump into them, and then he's gonna put his hands in his pockets and just kind of look up at the veil, looking up all the holes. He's going to bump into them and just be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and he's gonna be patting them down. And as he's patting down the kid, making sure like kind of dusting him off because he kind of knocked him in the head, he's just gonna like slowly, or not slowly, but stealthily just slip the things off of his arms and make it kind of fall off of his back and then catch it and then pat him on the back and be like, I'm so sorry about that. Y'all go have fun with the fireworks.
Okay.
And then as he turns
there's
back around, he's going to pull the backpack in front of him.
Okay, so there's a group of 6 of them. When you bump in, the one that has the bag specifically. Oh shit! Did I lose you all? Did I freeze?
No, we're
No,
good.
you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
I saw it
Just
too.
making sure. So as you bump, there's 6 of them. So as you bump into that specific one, they do lose their footing and fall. 2 others fall, and then the other 3 come over and help them up to their feet. All of them are nervous and scared and sweating, 3 of them apologizing to you, even though you're the one that bumped into them. As you slip the bag off and you hit them on the back and say, go enjoy the fireworks, that nervousness does not go away. They're just, oh, yeah, let's go. And they all just start running away in a direction, away from you.
I'm going to make my way towards the alley that they came from.
Okay.
And as soon as I round the corner, or no, before I round the corner, I'm going to peek down the alley and see if I see anything.
Looks like an alley.
Okay.
I mean, the same one that led to the tree.
I got you.
Only there's no blood splotches in this one.
I got you. And then I'm gonna pop in right inside the alley, right at the entrance of the alley, and open up the book bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a sec.
You're gonna like what's in there, bro. Well,
Oh,
Malador would love what's in there.
Marijuana.
No, better.
Okay. So you look inside the backpack, and what you see in there is flint, steel, what looks like 4 wicks, a piece of like copper string, about a foot long, black powder, just remnants of it inside the bag.
And that's in like all the pockets and everything, turning out all the pockets. Okay.
Yep.
Dang, they used the bomb.
I'm going to zip it back up and look out onto the street to see if I see the kids, and if I don't, I'm gonna toss it out to the middle of the street.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're gone. They're long gone.
Yeah. Just gonna toss it out in the middle of the street.
Okay.
And then make my way down the alleyway, just looking and seeing if I can see anything out of place, out of the ordinary.
You know what? This is a good way to use this one. Give me an insight check.
I have advantage on that.
Mm-hmm.
And a +7. 19.
Okay. So Vidar would definitely understand what these are for. Not just for like lighting campfires or cooking food. This is the remnants of a bomb. Specifically, a dynamite brick.
Yep. I'm looking for specifically on the ground. I'm looking for any dirt that looks disturbed, like when people walk across ground, it looks packed in. But anything that looks like it's been recently dug up, I'm looking. If it looks like any boxes or barrels that might be in there, if they've been moved or shifted in any way, or if I can see a wick sticking out of the ground.
Where are you looking? In the alley or just everywhere?
In the alley.
Okay. Perception check, sir.
22.
Okay. In the interim, before we get to that, Steven, you have made it to Malador, who is slumped over a now broken cart. You're hearing the one underneath the cart asking him to get off of him. It was just basically like a four-wheel single stack cart with like a donkey standing in front of it that ran off in fear. 3 people now standing just behind Malador as he's laying down on it. A guy crushed underneath asking for help, and then him just slumped over the middle of it with broken pieces to both sides. And that is how you approach. And his feet still sparking on fire because he never turned it off.
Okay. Can I try to pull him off the cart without setting everything on fire?
Yes. Yeah. I will make you roll for that.
As soon as he pulls me off, they shoot in the air.
So do you try getting him to his feet?
No, really, I care about the guy under the cart more than him right now.
Okay. So you're just grabbing Malador and pulling him off? Okay. Yeah, you pull him off, and the guy is able to push his cart up. And he, oh, thank you.
Are you okay?
Probably not.
Probably. Do you want healed?
Please, if you can.
Okay, I'll cast healing word on him. First
What is
level.
your word?
Sorry again. Feels like every time I have to use healing word, it's because of Malador.
And it's always
less.
sorry. The word is always sorry, and then they feel better. Okay. Yep, you heal him, and you. Thank you. Felt like I broke a couple of ribs there.
Oh, he's a big guy.
I
Yeah.
take tips.
And I take tips for helping me restore my cart. You can just help by getting him away while I try to
Yeah,
rebuild my cart.
I'll take care of him.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Where are we going?
Like very like seems almost unfazed by the fact that this strange tiefling just rocketed and destroyed his cart and pinned him underneath it for a moment and screwed up part of his sail. Seems very unfazed by it. More just grateful for the fact that you showed up so early to help him before he suffocated.
Okay. So, if I were to where is it? Lesser restoration. Would Malador be sobered up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna sober up Malador.
Okay. So you cast Lesser Restoration, and Malador, you are instantly sober.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened?
Well, you got like zoinked out of your mind on that green stuff, and then you were like, "Hey, look at this!" And then you started, boom, and you almost killed that man right there.
Oh shit, my bad, dude.
As he's just like picking the remnants of his life up off the ground and putting it on the cart to open it up and see if it's still sellable. A lot of it, a couple of the boxes and the vases and other materials that he had, he's just looking at, kind of growling a little bit, lobbing it over his left shoulder into the trash can behind him, just over and over. Yep, that one's salvageable. Ugh. Yep, that one's good. Fuck.
So,
What are you two
Goatman,
doing?
where are we going?
I don't know. Somewhere where you can't kill people. I don't know where that would be though.
Oh no, I like to kill people.
Well, we're not killing innocent people.
Alright, let's go kill non-innocent things. Let's go fight the mud
Well-
monster.
We're not fighting the mud monster again.
Why?
Why would we want to fight the mud monster again?
Because
We've
it sounds
already
fun.
explored that area. Well, yes, it sounds fun, but what if
Yeah, but
like
we can end
both
the...
of us get killed?
Think of the book. Think of the book.
Think of the book. I've already got
Us,
enough
just me
material
and you.
for the book. I don't
just me
need
and
more.
you in the book. We take on the mud monster. All glory. We kick his ass, and we're just gonna be one in the big time.
You know how stupid that's gonna sound in the book? We went to
Nah.
this hideout and we fought this mud monster, and then we teleported out of there safely, and then we said, why not? And we went back and fought the mud monster. That's just stupid.
But that's like most shitty movies nowadays.
Well, this is not a bad. What even is a movie?
That's very true. What are you talking about? What the hell's a movie? I love Malador so much. Let's just go fight something.
So,
You
Goatman,
just want to go back.
mud monster.
No mud monster. We're not mud monstering again.
Wanna go steal things?
We're not stealing things.
We should go play. We should go find that pirate guy. Come on, I'm
Okay,
gonna
you
grab.
know what?
I'm
Sure.
gonna grab
I've
him
got
by the
money.
fucking arm and just start dragging him.
I'll go along. I've got money to gamble.
All right. So you willingly go. So he starts dragging you toward the poor district. That is, and this, so you guys kind of have to squeeze your way and maneuver your way through the giant crowd that leads to Taco Bell. And after that, you walk through another archway that's not as lit up as the cross between the rich and the medium, but it is still an archway that is set up for people to pass through, and another wind tunnel. And as you get over to this one, this is where things get really dark and ominous and way more wild. This is where most of the dancers are. Malador, at this point in time, you do notice that there are a lot of poles and beams that have been bulldozed into the ground for these dancers to climb up and spin down and do acrobatics on from pole to pole to pole. So there's a lot of these colored dancers with these really sexy, skimpy outfits that are just crossing over each other from back and forth from the pole to pole. A lot of music going with it.
Seago,
And then
man, this is the shit you need to write about in your books. Pure glory.
yeah. And then there's, instead of people like sitting down and casually drinking and eating and having fun, they're walking around the street with bottles and pints and just drinking out in the street. And there's a couple of people that are already passed out and just laying in the street that others are having to step over. And it's not even nighttime yet. This is like midday, maybe. You guys came out here in the morning, and there's already people that are passed out on the ground. But the veil that was pinned above the buildings is thicker here than it is in the other two, so there's not a whole lot of sunlight coming through. Here it feels like nighttime when it's not even nighttime. You can still, like, if you look up, you can still see the sun, but the light is almost being blocked out completely. And just
I just
the
want
noise,
to.
the noise level and the
That.
partying is a lot louder on this side. Like I said, a hell of a lot more drinking. There's more acrobatics and like Circus du Soleil things going on throughout the street. A lot of the carts have to, and the vendors. I mean, you don't see really much for sale. You clock one that looks like it's weapons and armor and various items, and then the other ones are all like there's a dartboard and there's people playing cards and there's people playing chess and checkers and there's what would resemble basketball. Um, just a bunch of variety of different things going on, and like one of the tables you see someone's slap some cards down, and then from across the table underneath the table they get fucking like punted and they fall backwards and hit the ground, and then that one gets up all angry and circles around the table and they just start brutally bashing down on another. I mean, just fights break out. That's all on this side. Think of like a dive bar. That's what the poor district is. Anything can happen here.
Hey, Captain, I just want to say I am here, but my
Mhm.
dinner is has just arrived, so I'm gonna be eating that off camera. But whenever it switches over to me, I'll turn my camera back on and stop eating.
No, eat, man. That's fine. I can focus on these guys for a bit.
Yeah, we can gamble.
I can. I love deception.
So where are you guys going?
I'm gonna just follow Malador, see if we can.
That's a
find
22,
some
by the
to
way.
Gamble.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as you're following Malador down the street, just kind of clocking everything, realizing that there is more gambling than he was even talking about, and just how different the partying and the lifestyle is just passing through the archway, you start to feel a little heat on the back of your neck and what feels like little bits of heat just hitting the back of your neck very quickly, like little needles hitting the back of your neck very quickly. And as you look around trying to figure out what's going on, as you look up, the little needles start traveling up the back of your head, and then above your head, you see colors from yellow to red to blue, just popping right above your head as Malador attached a firework to the back of your neck and lit it.
Oh my god. When did he do this?
He just said 22. He just did it. It's not
Can I
hurting
rip
you.
this thing off and point it at him?
You can try, yeah. I mean, it's right there on your
I'm
neck.
gonna
So.
try.
Okay, give me contested acrobatics.
I'm just gonna let it hit me. I'm immune to fire. It won't do nothing to me.
That's a 5.
Well, all right. So he rips it off his neck and wields it around, and it's still pointed at him.
No!
So he whips it. He's, fuck you! And now it's just going right into his face.
I'm just gonna.
And then it just dies out and sizzles out, and little smoke just goes. As you are now seeing colors and trying to blink it out, because all of this just went right into your face.
What's wrong,
I'm
man?
gonna get back at him somehow.
What happened, bro? Do I spot the pirate guy that I fucking wiped clean?
You did roll.
$15.
Okay.
Oh,
So
20.
as this is going on and Steven is blinking, trying to get his vision back, you're looking around on the right side of the road where most of the gambling is, where you were last time, and no.
Do I see new competitors though?
You do. The table where the 4 of them were sitting down playing the cards, and then the table where it was just one-on-one, there's different faces there.
All right,
The
awesome.
specific pirate that you played with last time.
Anybody that looks like they got muns, like they got money.
I mean, you just see people playing. So what you're noticing on the table is it's not always money. Sometimes it's items. Sometimes it's gems. Sometimes it's jewelry. Sometimes it's what looks like seashells and necklaces. Like it's not just coin. There's a bunch of things going on.
I'm gonna walk up to I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna lead him to a table that looks like whatever. Can I make a perception check to see what's all on the tables currently?
You don't need a perception check. What exactly are you looking for?
Maybe enchanted items, like anything cool.
Oh, well, that would be more Arcana than perception. So you're just looking for things that look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from the naked eye, just casually looking, most of it looks cool because there's colors blasting off in the sky that are making everything glow. So right now, like, everything looks cool.
He's gonna look to Goat Man over here. Hey, you know, like, magic and shit. I know you do. What do you think's good over here? Take a look.
What are you asking me to do? I know magic.
Yeah, well, obviously magic people know magic, so you should know magic.
And
What's magic?
I can't just look over there and oh, that's magic. Do you not know what detect magic is? What it's used
you're
for?
magic, so you should know magic.
I'm sorry, I don't have like a built-in like magic radar into my head.
You literally shoot things out of your hand. You're magic.
Why do you
should know magic.
To wait for Yorick to sleep so we can use detect magic.
What the fuck is detect magic? You are magic.
You know what? Whatever. There's magic over there. That table right there.
All right, fine.
You know what? I like this. I've been waiting for one of these for a while.
Oh.
I've been waiting for one of these sessions for quite some time. Where it's not all just mayhem and fighting and bullshit. It's just
Your magic. You should know magic.
you're
That's
magic.
Malador
You should know
logic.
magic.
That's Malador logic.
That's like you. That's like saying you know how to drive. You should know how to take this car apart. You brush your own teeth. You should know. You should be a dentist. You should know everything about teeth. You brush your own. I love that logic, though. By the way, that is so fun. Okay, so Malador, you wander up to a table. Which one are you wandering up to?
The one he pointed at. He said, there's magic.
Which one would you have liked to have pointed at?
Oh, one with someone wearing like traditional wizard robe, the big pointy hat, and all that.
So you're just trying to
Just
point.
the most stereotypical spellcaster possible.
Okay.
Specifically a solo table.
Give me. Hold on, this isn't your choice. Give me a perception check. See if you can clock who it is you're looking for.
Okay, a good thing I have advantage on that. 10.
Okay. So you don't really even clock this specific stereotype. You just kind of look around and that one. Just to kind of like get him to go away. It is the closest thing that you could possibly find, but it's not like the pointed hat and the robe. It's more like just, oh, okay, they've got colorful clothes, that guy. So Malador, he points you in the direction of the dartboard. There is a figure standing in front of the dartboard that is second in line. There is one standing there that's just wearing just regular shirt and pants that's currently throwing darts that really looks like they're trying to get into it, and then one standing behind him with what looks like one of the more what I described earlier as like the rich bitch clothes that has the glitter and gems kind of encrusted into the shoulders. They're bigger coming off the shoulders, and then it just drapes over his body very comfortably. Wearing a hat that has kind of a point on the top, but it's not like the what you would call the traditional wizard one that comes way up here, just kind of about right there. But very colorful, and obviously more colorful because of all the fireworks and shit going on in the background. But that is what he points you to.
I'm gonna go right up to the rich bitch.
Okay. I mean, they're just kind of standing there waiting for their turn in line.
Hey, rich bitch, you, me, high stakes, magical items.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I didn't think I was going to have that interesting of a night.
Oh, I'm very interesting. You know the pirate that was here maybe a couple hours ago? I took all of his money.
Not sure who you're referring to, but congratulations.
And you're next.
We'll see.
What do you got for offer? And I'll show you what I have.
That sounds like someone who has nothing to offer.
Oh, I have plenty of to offer. He pulls out his gold sword. And then he also pulls his katana from his side. He puts them back in. He pulls out his cards. He has all things. He is showing off shit.
You pull out your deck of cards.
He shows off everything.
Okay. This should get interesting. All right. So the one in front will finish, walk away mildly disappointed, and then you two go up. The vendor for this actually looks like a human in their early 20s, kind of looking barely old enough to even be running this game, let alone being here in general. But nonetheless, they are sitting on a bench. All right. You guys said you were playing for stakes. Sure. you go one at a time. You do not go at the same time. One of you shoots, the other one shoots. Obviously, whoever wins, wins. It is 2 silver to play. You get 3 darts. So yes, he'll give up the money. He gets his 3 darts.
I'll put the 2 silver out.
All right.
Well, I don't have silver, so I'll just put down a gold piece.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about the change.
So you pulled out your swords and your cards and all that shit. What's funny is he didn't pull out anything, and you still you still stood up to play.
Oh, I don't have to give him anything if he doesn't have anything. If he's not gonna pipe up something when I win or lose. Who says I'll give it to him at all?
Well, if you're playing for stakes, you're playing for stakes. So he gathers his 3 darts, and there is a round table with like 2 cups that look like water, 2 cups that look like tea. He opens up his robe and pulls a sack out about that big and sets it down, and all you hear is just what sounds like rocks and different materials clanging against each other as he sets it down. He pulls open the left one and pulls out what actually looks like a gold and silver laced crown that is definitely looks like royalty.
Huh.
And it's got red gems, like gem here, gem here, gem here. So it's probably like 2 inches between the gems, and they go around the entire band. And he sets it down on the table. You ready to play?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so you've got 3 darts.
Hmm.
So it's a 20 die, no additions. Just roll it up.
16. Wait. 19.
Okay. So he lobs his, gets kind of close to a bullseye. Yours gets a little closer.
13.
No, same, the exact opposite of what happened the last time. So you guys are neck and neck now.
Natural 20.
Okay. As he throws his dart, it goes bullseye, boom, and then yours goes right in next to his. You guys both got it. Both got the natural 20. Quite literally, you tied on the game.
Damn, so who wins?
No one. That's a draw. You guys scored the exact same amount on both. Steven, what are you doing while he's doing this? Your vision does return, by the way.
I'm gonna be looking for a table I can cheat at with deception.
With deception?
Yeah.
Which table are you looking for specifically?
Really, just anything that looks easy to cheat at.
Well, I mean, is Steven into cards? Is he into
Actually,
basketball?
He
Is
has
he
a
in?
weighted dice set.
So you want to play dice?
Sure.
Okay.
Shit, dude.
All right. So you find a table where it's kind of resembles Yahtzee. They've got the cup that they roll it in, and then they dump it. The difference in this one is at the same time that they're rolling the dice, they're also hitting what looks like the top of a bowl. And when they pick the bowl up, there's a snake underneath it. And they roll the dice into the snake. And then they try and reach in and grab all of the dice before they get bit. It's a very weird looking game. But it basically what it looks like is they roll the dice into the snake, and whoever grabs the highest amount of dice wins the game. As you're clocking it, that's what that looks like.
Okay.
And then, of course, there is another one where it's just one rolls dice, the other one rolls dice, and whoever gets the highest one wins. So there's different stages of dice games.
I'll take the second one. That seems
You
easy.
don't want the snake? All right, fine.
No, I have
Haldor
weighted.
You're
just
What
eat
reached
it.
his
good
hand
is the
and let the
weighted dice
snake
going to
bite
do
him.
with a snake? I don't
Fair
want to
enough.
die.
Come on, why not?
Haldor would have just let the snake bite him.
You know what? Maybe it'll be like Spider-Man, and you'll get bit by the snake, and then you'll suddenly transform into a snake,
Why would I want that? I'm already a goat.
or you'll just die.
Hopefully,
Where snake goat.
I was gonna say,
Spider goat.
you'll
Spider
just
goat.
die. I mean, not everything
Does
happens.
whatever a spider goat does.
It does whatever a spider goat or a snake goat.
Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He is
He's-
dead. Look out! Here comes a spider goat.
Look, here comes the spider goat as it's just splat.
Be right back.
That's funny. All right.
Steven!
But okay, so you sit down at a table that has 3 others at the table, each one holding a cup that has dice in it. And they welcome you. And it's different varieties of people, but they do welcome you. And they explain the rules where it's everyone throws their dice down. And I mean, it's really simple. Whoever has the highest ends up winning. You do have deception at this, which you said you wanted to use specifically. You have advantage on deception at a +8. Fuck. Goddamn.
And I'm pretty sure I can't roll below a 10.
And you
Did
can't
you
roll.
choose an eloquence bard?
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
Yes, he did. So yeah.
He can't roll below a 10, so if he rolls below a 10, it's automatically going to be an 18.
The lowest thing I can roll is an 18, and I've got advantage on it.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they'd have to roll pretty fucking high to even do this, and they're not doing well. Okay. How many rounds do you want to do this for?
Really,
'Cause-
until they start suspecting me of cheating.
Well, give me a deception roll.
Okay, there's one that's 18, and there's another that's a nat 1, but still goes up to 18.
Oh, because of your feature.
Yep.
But it's still in that one.
Yeah.
The eloquence bards. They're broken.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, these guys have not rolled anywhere close to an 18. I'm just... Okay. All right. So we're gonna... How long would you like to sit at this table so that I can calculate how much money you steal from these fucking people?
Until they start to accuse me of cheating.
Okay. So, I mean, you're going to go round after round after round, and they really don't last that long. Some of them are best 2 out of 3. Some of them are just 1 round apiece. Some of them are high stakes. Some of them are low stakes, but you're throwing your money on the table just like they are. You're playing the part the way you're supposed to, and they don't suspect a fucking thing. So, I'd say you're probably there for about an hour. Let's see what that would be. Do. And do. Okay.
3,000 platinum.
No. Probably about 150 gold you'll take away from this.
Fine by me.
Okay. And all right. So
wait,
we're
that
going
was
to smash cut back to Vidar because he's done eating.
Gang.
And you rolled, what was your roll? 22? Yes, your roll was 22. Okay, so you said that you were looking for, and specifically on the ground?
I
Like
said,
disturbances in the ground,
like,
freshly...
on the ground, look like freshly dug up earth. Any barrels or boxes that look like they've been recently moved, or any wicks sticking out of the walls or up out of the ground.
Okay. With a 22, I mean, you look around for a little bit. You do I mean, you clock all of their footprints that came back here. You don't notice anything of that nature, but what you are able to do with that roll as you're looking around is spot the variety of footprints and able to actually track the trajectory of where they went. So they went all the way to the end of the alleyway, which again, if you look to your left, you're seeing the same alley that y'all came down before when you went to the tree, and the same blood spatter from the fight that happened here between Malador and Garrison and Steven. And that's like a ways up that way, and then the back of the inn, and you see their footprints leading in that direction, and stopping behind the inn, and then coming back the same direction and heading out.
Okay. Do I see anything behind the inn?
Behind the inn, there is a dumpster, 3 barrels, some pallets, what looks like would resemble like laundry bags, like solid gray laundry bags that are just filled to the brim, and for whatever reason thrown away back here.
Okay. Is there a back door?
There is a back door, yes.
Do the footprints go up to the back door?
They kind of stop around the back door and around all of that other shit that I just mentioned. They'd stop right there. So like the dumpster, the crates, all that shit. Then there's the back door that's just a solid brown color. Doesn't appear to be anything special.
I want to investigate the dumpster.
Okay. Make an investigation. Are you? Well, I mean, eyes. Are you using just your eyes, or are you planning on like jumping into the dumpster?
I'm getting in there.
Okay. Investigation.
Why is my D&D Beyond being so fucky?
You do have advantage on investigation, even though it's a +0.
Hell yeah. Raise hell, praise Dell. Nat 20.
Damn. No pluses and still a nat 20. Goddamn. Okay. So you dumpster dive is what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you open this shit up, and I mean it's a dumpster full of various things. There's garbage, and there's food that was thrown away, and there's ripped up clothing, and there's alcohol bottles that are both broken and not broken. There's whatever you would picture being in a dumpster. You just grab the sides of it and just lob yourself in feet first and squish. And your feet kind of sink about 6 inches down until whatever liquid substance starts to seep into the top of your boots. And you are now in the dumpster. And I mean, are you going? Huh?
Do I find? I mean, I'm in there investigating. Yes.
You're looking. Okay, so you're just fishing basically. You're going swimming in this thing. Yep. I would say you're in this dumpster for about 10 minutes before just the feel of being in here and the smell of being in here starts to really kind of affect your ability to focus. You do not find the bomb or anything that resembles the bomb.
Lovely. All right, I'm going to hop out.
As you get out, it just splashes. Your boots are now soggy. You've got all the way up to about mid bicep on both arms. Some of the splash had hit the bottom of your face and is now on your neck. Your shirt, all of your armor is just, you're covered in nasty, and the smell is awful.
Hell yeah. Okay. Can I look at the bags, the trash bags that are full of things?
Yep, there was the dumpster, there was barrels, and then there was laundry bags.
Yeah. Laundry bags. Yeah, let me check out the laundry bags.
All right. I won't make you re-roll. That natural 20 was good.
Cool.
Pull them open, unravel it, open it up.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Me and Judd are over here scheming. I'm telling
I'm
you,
trying
bro.
to figure out
If you
why these
grab
kids
that
are trying to
shit and
blow up
just-
the inn.
If you grab that shit and just fucking book it, you're chilling.
Well, I can sleight of hand it. I have disguise self, and I have a
Exactly,
disguise.
bro. If you disguise yourself, then grab that shit and book it, then you're
I'm
chilling,
just
dog.
saying, like disguise self, turn into like, I don't know what.
Turn into Malador and announce
No,
yourself
no,
and then run away.
No, that would be weird. Don't do that.
Turn into a naked Malador in shark form, announce
Turn into
yourself, and then
Trump.
run away
Turn into Trump.
saying,
I'm not
and
gonna
then run
turn
away
into
saying, I
Trump.
stole all your money, I
Yeah,
stole all
that's
your
perfect.
money.
I could honestly just turn into like a really short orc.
Just turn into a goblin.
Or yeah, I could turn into a goblin.
That would be
Kobold.
perfect. Yeah, a goblin.
Cause like I don't have to change my height at all. All I got to get rid of the horns, obviously, but that's about it.
All right, that's a great plan. We're definitely gonna do that plan.
And then
Definitely doing that plan.
and then I can stealth out of there if need be. I've got a +2 to that, but it should. The disguise kit should, or disguise self should help. And then once I'm hidden, I can just dismiss disguise self.
Me and Judd were scheming in DMs on how to rip this guy off that I'm playing darts against. You're muted, bro. You're muted.
I'm intrigued to hear about it when I pan back over to you guys.
We're gonna
See,
scheme
this is the shit that I've been waiting for. You guys are finally fucking, yeah. Hell yeah.
I told him, bro, grab that shit off the table and just fucking book it, bro. That shit's just sitting there.
All right. So, Mr. Vidar.
Yep.
First bag, open it up, dump it out, nothing. Second bag.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just dumping all these clothes out into the ground.
The second bag, you pull the string and open it up, and there it sits. Tick 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 tick.
Oh, it's on a
tick, tick,
timer.
Tick 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 tick.
Is there a way I can tell how much time is left?
As you're hearing it tick, there is no clock or watch of any kind.
Okay.
And it is you're able to count in a quick glance 8 sticks, full sticks, and there is 1 copper line that is wrapped around the 8 of them, keeping them together in a brick. And then there is a black box that sits on top of the brick, and on each side of the box there are 4 multicolored lines.
Cut the blue wire.
Hold on.
No,
Give me
cut
like
the orange
2
wire.
seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Always cut the blue wire.
Okay, so I have an idea. So, with my split personality thing, it says they each get a single action and then they vanish from the battlefield.
Yes.
How long is the duration?
Of what?
Before they disappear and then I take damage.
Roll a d4. The number of die dictates how many times you split to another you, each clone of yourself either fully or under your control or not at all, which is determined by a con save DC 15 for each clone produced. They each get a single action and then vanish from the... so basically 6 seconds. They get a single action. Like you can't bring them out and keep them there. You bring them out, they do what they have to do, and they go away.
Yeah, my plan was do it, and hopefully I get at least one that I can control, and tell him to take the bomb, run towards the docks, and stay away from people.
Well, that's an action. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you said it would be able to take 6 seconds, right? Like he would only be running for 6 seconds, and then he would disappear. The bomb would drop.
Well, look, if we have 30 people in a battle, everyone going at the same time is 6 seconds. So I mean, it's 6 seconds is a lot longer than you think.
I know, but in this situation,
but yes, that would basically be you do it. You hope that you have one in your control. He grabs it out of the bag and then he runs and dives in the river.
So I could do
And
that?
that would be a single action, yes. If he's under your control and you roll well enough for him, then yes.
Cool. I'm going to do that as soon as I see the bomb.
So roll your d4. Yeah, I understand, because you've only used this one other time as kind of like a parlor
Yeah.
trick, so I get it. It's still learning. So 2.
Yeah.
All right,
2.
give me 2 con saves.
Fuck. Please be 1/15. Yes. So I got 1.
You got the 1.
And I don't get the other one.
Okay.
All
So
I needed was the 1.
yep. So you're standing in front of that bag and you kind of step back. Well, I mean, describe how you want to do it. Because last time you were in the hallway with Garrison and just did it as
Yeah.
kind of like, look what I can do. So I mean, describe how
Yeah.
you want to do this.
As soon as he opens up the bag and sees the bomb sitting there, his eyes are gonna widen. He's going to just grab it, pull it out of the bag, toss the bag, immediately do his split personality. He notices that he only has control over one. The other one's just kind of, you know.
No,
And
they don't go dumb. Just as you split, one of them turns right to you and just kind of looks like you can tell he's under your control and waiting for your command. The other one's just like, oh, what's going on out here, and just kind of starts wandering down the alley
Cool.
toward the festival. Gets to the end of it and goes. Pfft.
I'm immediately gonna lock on to the one who's looking at me. I'm gonna hand him the bomb, tell him to. Do I know the direction of the docks from here?
Well, the river's literally right there.
Okay.
So remember, as you guys went down this alleyway the first time, there was the river that was 8 feet across, and it was the rapid flowing water, and then across there was the field that led to the tree, and that was the same river that was behind in the poor district, same river that was in the mid district. All it does is just wind the whole length of Coast City.
Okay. I'm gonna hand the bomb to him, tell him to jump into the river and swim down to the bottom of it as far as he can get.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn around and run into the inn and try to gather as much people as I can and get them out into the street in the opposite direction of the bomb.
All right, so I need, because he's under your control, so I don't need a roll on that one, but I need an athletics, and it is yours because it is you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, advantage.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Imagine with me for a moment if I hadn't said out loud on recording that having proficiency in something was advantage. How shit would your guys' rolls be this entire campaign?
Really
I
bad.
mean, it wouldn't be bad for me because I'm still college of eloquence.
Really bad.
Really
Well,
bad.
it would have been bad for you at level 1 before you took that subclass.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't come in as Steven at level 1.
Yeah.
So. I'm just saying. So yes, 15? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you grabbed the bomb and handed it to him, or you're telling him to grab it?
I'm shoving it into his chest.
Okay.
Telling him to grab the bomb, jump into the river, and swim down as far as he can to try to get to the bottom.
So the taking it, the running is the movement, the diving is the action. Okay. Yes, that'll all work fine. So yeah, he takes it and just without question just runs and just nose dives, basically just like holding it right here. That doesn't move. Just scurries over and just like pencil dives head first into the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said you're going around to the inside of the inn. You've got 60 feet to get to the front. Yeah, you make that corner and you get, so there's the side door that you and Garrison were peeking out before.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is the front door with the steps leading up to it. And the moment you get to the first step, you just hear and the ground starts to shake. You hear just massive explosion where you know where it is. It's behind the buildings. You're not sure how far he was able to drift before it exploded. But you do also hear remnants of what sounds like water and wet. So you do know he was successful at getting in the water. Because I'm assuming you gave him the order and then you turned and ran down the alley. You didn't stop to wait if he got in the water.
Nope.
So the moment you hit that first step, it just explodes. You hear you feel the shutter going through the ground. you hear what sounds like glass breaking, and not only water going through the air from this explosion, but also just pelting of solid material. Some echoes of screams coming from around the area, and then what sounds like cracking and breaking of various different tones.
Lovely. Um, yeah, I'm guessing that explosion probably knocked me off my feet. So
Oh no,
Vidar's gonna.
no,
It
you were
didn't.
far enough away. No,
Okay. Um,
like you felt the shudder in the ground, but you wouldn't have felt the shockwave because you had a building between you and the explosion.
got you. I'm gonna. I want to run back to the back of the building again.
Okay. So as you turn around, you also see like pieces of wood and brick and glass and just dirt and honestly the body parts that were left down here from the previous fight now just kind of sprinkled throughout the alleyway and into the street. Not only on that alleyway between of the inn, but the next one over that you went down originally. There's just splatter shot out into the street. And now there's people out in the street, even though there's noise from the festival. The music slowly starts to die off, one tone at a time, and the fireworks stop being lit, and you casually start to notice the wave of people realizing something had happened.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're still going down that alley?
Yeah, I want to. I want to go to the back of the inn and just check out the damage and see if anybody got caught in the blast that needs help.
Okay. All right. So as you're going down the alleyway, you can definitely feel like not necessarily like the radiation, but definitely remnants in the air of a fresh explosion.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely feel like the tingle in the air from a very, very big explosion. Um, Realizing very quickly that it would have taken out probably the building and maybe even most of the block. But as you get down the alley, it becomes more and more difficult for you to find ground to step on. You are now stepping on pieces and parts of uh, what looks like earth, trees, um, the trash that was behind the building, and parts of a building. As you get to the full back, the inn was not damaged at all. The blast did move the dumpster and topple over the barrels, break some of them apart, but the building next to it and the building next to that, the uh, the back of them took the brunt of the damage, and the cracking that you heard was the wood and the brick breaking, and then the back wall of both of these buildings slowly starting to collapse. So now
Is there?
as you're rounding around the corner, you start hearing like panicked screams and what happened, and um kind of like, yeah, just basically like asking where is she and where is he, and people starting to kind of come out of the back of the building looking around for what happened. You see that one of the parts of the river, about 10 about probably about 20 feet from the alley where you had your other you jump in, is now wider than 8 feet, with
Mm-hmm.
just like half moon shapes on each side, and now the water flowing through there. Um, People coming out of these buildings with like one of them holding their arm, one of them holding their leg, what looks like scratches and ding marks, and then starting to lift up various parts of the building looking for people.
Okay. Um, Now that I'm thinking about it more, this might be a bad idea that I'm here. Um, I'm guessing a crowd is going to start forming in the street in front of the inn and in front of the alleyways, kind of making their way towards the site. I'm going to go back down the alleyway towards the front of the building and see if I can blend into the crowd and try to find my way back to Malador, Stephen, Merida, or Tyr.
Okay. Give me stealth. Oh, you also have to take damage.
I did. I already rolled
Okay.
it.
3. Got it.
Yeah. 10.
A 10? Okay. I mean, you go to the alley and you try to blend in the best you can. There is a lot going on. There's a lot of panic in the streets. There's a lot of people trying to figure out what happened. I mean, obviously, not 100% of the festival in this area stopped, but a lot of it did. There's a lot of it that's still going on, which is to your advantage. And then there's a big portion of it that stopped, mainly what was going on in front of the inn.
Yeah.
So as you're trying to blend in, you do notice that the cart you saw across the street with the very well-dressed individual and the 3 carts that are double stacked immediately jumps into the cart and takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you blend in the best you can and start making your way back to the mid district,
Yeah.
which is where Merida and Tyr were, and where you can only assume at this point Malador and Steven still are. And what are you doing on your way? Or is that just, you're just basically beelining it, but trying to stay blended into the crowd?
I'm beelining it, trying to stay blended with the crowd because Vidar is thinking right now, holy shit, there's a witch in this universe too, or in this timeline too. Why did I not think of it? I need to get to my friends.
Okay. All right. So as you get to the archway and you're trying to pass through the tunnel, you don't see Zarut there anymore. You don't even know if he followed you through. You just went by him and came in here and started doing your thing.
I feel like, I mean, I'm assuming that, he wouldn't have followed.
What you do happen to notice as you go through is Xander. Not actually in the tunnel or standing where Zarut was, but like you guys are making your way at the same time from opposite directions. So as you're passing through the tunnel, where'd you go, man? We had the food, then you just disappeared. There were these like really hot pandas at a table getting stupid stoned. I mean, you missed out, man. I don't.
Without saying anything, I'm throwing my hand into his armpit and forcefully spinning him around and dragging him in the direction that I'm walking.
Okay, why the rush, man? We're here to have fun. What is this?
Shut up. Keep walking.
Okay.
And I have a hold of his jacket and I'm just walking straight forward.
Is Vidar getting in trouble again? What did you do?
We're all in trouble. Just keep walking.
Okay. Well, there's more to drink over here anyway. I mean,
yes,
you can.
You just keep drinking. I will handle this. I'm just trying to keep you out of the crossfire, but you need to come with me right now.
All right, man. You can let go. I can walk by myself.
Okay, sorry. It's a lot is happening, and yes, sorry.
The last time you were panicked, the last time you were panicked like this, it's because I allegedly almost set your house on fire.
I'm willing to look past that. I'm willing to look past that in this moment.
Oh, okay. I've been waiting a long time to hear that. That's cool. I'll take that as forgiveness. That's good enough. All right. And I do not think that they are going to be joining us on this game. Hang on a sec. Okay. All right. So where exactly are you going? Are you heading back to Taco Bell to drop him off and continuing to go, or what exactly is your goal? Because I mean, he literally just said that Merida and Tyr are still at Taco Bell, so you know that they're still there.
Yeah.
But as you're approaching, you no longer see Malador or Steven. You do not like you see the remnants of his destruction over on this side. What you can only assume was him, as the cart is now back up and fully functional, and the guy is starting to do his sales again. But you can tell clearly that is where he landed. And then as you approach Taco Bell, Steven is no longer there, which you only clocked him in the line to begin with.
Yeah. I'm gonna put, or kind of not put him, but just kind of motion with my hands Xander back into the Taco Bell line, and I'm going to see if I can sit down and have some type of conversation with Merida and Tyr.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you sit down at that table, and those horns are cool. Like that, yeah. You can immediately tell that they're laughing about nothing. They're still taking bong and bowl rips. They're still drinking. What you've seen Merida do before, which is like face fucking fish platters. It is now her and Tyr doing it to Taco Bell food.
I'm just gonna sit down and say, "Do you know where Malador and Steven are at?"
Who? I'm sorry. Who?
Malador and Steven?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, sorry, Xander. I'm going to be leaving you again. I'm just going to say it to myself and not really to Xander. Stand up and retrace my steps. Just look right to left, see if I can see them inside of a building. And
Right to left. What now? Sorry.
Retracing my steps, just turning my head right to left, seeing if I can see them inside of any of the buildings.
Okay. No.
No?
I will make you waste a roll. You do
Okay.
not clock them at all.
Oh.
I guess I'll just go back to Merida and Tyr, make sure that they stay safe while they're getting high.
Okay.
I'll just chill with them. And Xander. Xander will bring us our Baja Blast.
Softy.
Do what now?
the softy sober.
Oh, nice. Yeah. No, Xander's not sober at all, but I guess
Vidar
is opting to be the designated driver.
Yeah, after the shit that I just saw, shit, dude. He's gonna want to stay alert.
Now it's scheming time. We have every part of this plan fledged out.
Fair enough. Well, let's. Okay. So Vidar, after everything that you heard and saw and went through, either from Xander or from being over at the inn, and attempted, for whatever reason, an attempt to blow up that part specifically the inn, because that's where it was armed and put behind.
Hold on. Can I ask a quick question real quick?
Go ahead.
Retracing all of our steps back to the inn, and it was at the back of. The bomb was at the back of the inn. Does Vidar put 2 and 2 together about what rooms are backed up against the back of the inn?
He sparked DM's interest.
Because the lesser rooms are upstairs, right? And the more penthousey rooms are downstairs. and the penthousey rooms was Garrison, Vidar, and Xander. And so I'm
you.
just wondering, do any? That's what, yeah, Vidar
Well,
and
all of you, believe it or not. The first
Yeah,
hallway
so-
was Garrison, Xander, and Vidar. The second hallway was Merida and Yorick. Malador
Yeah.
slept upstairs all the time.
yeah.
He
And
never even
that
checked into his
bomb,
room.
that bomb was on ground level, so that would be on the level that we're all staying at. So I just want to see if Vidar would put two and two together, like was where he found the bomb and where it was up against the back of the inn. Is there a bedroom on the other side of the wall, and whose
It was
bedroom
probably
is it?
supposed to be Malador's room.
Give me an intelligence check, Vidar. And I will say with advantage, because that is a very well-crafted question.
Please, for the love of everything. 19.
The position that bomb was in specifically being at the back door of the building, near that dumpster.
Whose
Yes.
room is on the other side of the wall?
Vidar's.
Okay. Yeah, no, he'll just be thinking about that as he's sitting there, keeping an eye out, sitting there with Merida, Tyr, and Xander while they have fun.
Okay. All right. So as you contemplate that while you're watching people have more fun than you and be the only one that's sober right now,
Mhm.
Malador and Steven get ready to do their scheme on who they believe to be a rich man from the items that he pulled out of his pocket as they play
They
darts.
believe.
Um,
They're all fakes. They're all fakes.
and because the other two that I needed here for a big reveal are not going to make it, we are going to end right there for tonight.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, they actually they just passed by my house. Like 7 minutes ago.
So that means how far are they away from their house?
They got to go all the way to South Sebring, get in, get set up. They wouldn't be here on time. And I have been doing everything I can to get you guys not to fucking stumble in, and I was praying you rolled low enough to where I wouldn't have to reveal it yet.
And did we?
Because no, you
Was
rolled
it the
low
bomb?
enough where I didn't have to reveal it yet. You
Cool,
got
cool.
sidetracked with the bomb, which was fantastic.
That's
Because I
bro, that's sick. I see the yellow tiefling, okay, and then I find a bomb.
Well, I had sprinkled the bomb to Merida, and she didn't give a shit. She said, "Not my monkey, not my circus." So I gave it another shot for someone to find it, and you did. But in doing that, you didn't screw up the other part, which was great. I'm glad you rolled a 9, because then I could just derail your attention to something else.
Fuck you, okay?
What? You
No,
did.
that was an awesome section. That was an awesome session. I loved it.
You
Being
did.
focused on the heist. Now
And
that's a
yeah,
book story.
you guys have something planned that we can do. Vidar, you learned a really key piece of information.
Say his name
That
like Zeus.
once you meet up with the group and everyone's sober, you can choose to reveal or not. And then there is another thing that I have to wait for. Like, here's the thing. I have to wait for the whole group to be together on this one because it's a huge plot point that they ran into, and then you ran into this one. So it's two halves of a whole that
Right.
and Garrison wasn't involved in any of it. So now I have to wait for everyone to be able to play to reveal it.
I will say that at the end of this month, and then going into the beginning of next month, I will be on vacation for the week.
Okay.
So I will be gone on the March 1st. Oh, hold on.
Oh, you're talking about March? Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. 24th of February to the
Okay.
3rd of March.
Okay. Well, I mean, we still have 2 weeks to play before you leave.
Yeah, I just wanted to
So,
point it out.
so you said until the 3rd of March?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll be here for the next 2 weeks and then you'll miss the following 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I'll try not to kill you in that time.
If you
Okay,
do,
and we're playing
it's
on
alright.
Fridays now, right?
Fridays, yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, we're doing Saturdays. We're doing Saturdays, but it's the 7 to 11 on Saturdays. Instead of
Okay.
9 to 1, it's 7 to 11 on Saturdays.
Say I'm a lamb.
That is what we are doing now. Because I work Saturday night. But I get home Saturday morning at about 9. And then I come home and I sleep. And then I'll get up to play the game, 7 to 11. Then I'll get ready for work and go back to work.
All right.
And that's fine with me because I'm good with that. But like I said, I made the mistake of going in early last time, for like not even realizing it was Saturday, because this shift is different for me, so my days all blend together now. I have no fucking idea what day it is most of the time anymore. So, but now that I know, we'll be good. I won't make that mistake again. But hopefully, because Jake blew Garrison up and he didn't even fucking respond, so hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is what, Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. I do have tomorrow night off as well. And I don't go back to work until Tuesday at midnight. So if y'all are able to play between those and we can get Garrison on board, then we can do this again.
I'm down.
Tuesday, I will for sure be busy.
Okay. Monday night you won't?
Monday, I should be fine though.
Okay. So tomorrow night. Let
Monday
me
may
make a
be
note.
iffy for me. I don't know.
You know what? It's not going to be iffy. No. Whatever you have on Monday can wait. D&D's more important.
Jake, your arm looks amputated.
It did for a minute there, yeah.
Looked like you were just showing us your stub.
Let's see.
All right, words of wisdom before we log off for tonight. Guys, make sure you're being submissive and breedable. Girls like that.
Fair enough. Hey, you know what? No, I'm done with the breeding. I have enough. Thanks.
You don't want to get pregnant?
No. You know, no. No, I have no desire.
You as a person.
I have no desire.
Don't want to experience pregnancy.
I have no desire. See, I hooked myself up to that machine that allows the man to feel what labor pains feel like.
You've done that?
Yes.
How was it?
Painful.
Worse than being kicked in the balls?
I would rather have teeth surgery. And that's saying something, because teeth pain is one of the worst things you'll ever have. Ever. Because there's not a whole lot you can do about it except for ripping the tooth out. I would rather go through that. I'm good. Yes, it is very worse than getting kicked in the balls. So if you've ever been like soccer punted,
I mean,
in the nut sack with a shin, labor pains are worse.
You're pushing a baby out of what, a hole like that big?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah,
and my youngest child is 9, but when my wife was pregnant with her, I got all of the symptoms of the pregnancy.
You got the cravings.
I got the cravings. I got the mood swings. I got the morning sickness.
You got the
I got
big tits?
No, thankfully I didn't lactate, thankfully. But I didn't lactate or fill up with milk, thankfully. But I did get the body aches and just, yeah, it sucked. I took all of that. So she had a very, very good pregnancy, because I took everything else.
What a gentleman. What a gentleman.
Well, no, that can actually happen.
I'm just
and I-
messing with
Yeah. It's not like I chose to take it. Fuck that.
you. Be like, come on, baby. Give me your pen.
Nature was just like, here, you're going to have this one. All right. Fuck.
All
But
right.
yes. So I'm
Very
going
fun
to
session.
I'm going to put the message in session discussion that we can play tomorrow if everyone's available. But again, I would need the entire team. So hopefully, if not tomorrow, then Garrison will be there for Saturday, so we can move forward with this plot. Because
Yes.
again, it's one of those things, man. I need the whole team there. Because he ran into something big, you just ran into something big, and now half of the team knows and the other team doesn't. So I need everybody together. So I'm not.
He could be fucking dead.
That's what I mean. I need the whole crew together to finally put these pieces together. But all right.
All right.
Glad you guys came in.
Yeah.
Hell
Good
yeah.
night. Submissive
Have
and
a good
breedable
night.
for life. Hashtag.
Hell yeah.
Good
Bye.
night.
Submissive and breedable for life. Peace
This is
out.
unbreedable life.
Bye.